You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pine Room. We're here in the Pine Room with a special guest on the phone. Calling in, this is Chris Dutton, the co-founder of Blame My Roots. So welcome, Chris. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing this kind of thing?
This kind of thing? Only as long as this thing. Only as long as this thing. And this thing's been around since 2019. Yeah, we started it right on the heels of Jamboree in the Hills closing up shop in November 2018, and I started making some calls to my folks and my family and said, hey, I think we could try to do something, and we started something pretty much right then.
Okay.
And had our first year in 2019.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, was the only reason you did this, not the only reason, but the main reason was once Jamboree in the Hills closed up shop, did you think that's too special of a thing to let just go by the wayside, and you just said, unless somebody steps up and does it, it's just going to fall?
Yeah. I mean, part of it is, our family, there's such a tradition, a few things. There's such a tradition with country music, live country music in the area. And then also, that was a tradition also in our family. So we had Valley View campgrounds for 28 years since 1990 or 91 or something like that. And that was my summer job along with our family farm. That was my summer gig. So when Jamboree went away, it's kind of sucked that all that was being stripped away from us too. And Valley View was right across the street. We always had 7,000 people on the farm every summer, and thought that let's try to do something there.
Okay.
If it was going to be kind of stolen from us from Live Nation, then maybe we had the ability to do it. And really, why I also knew that, like, although we didn't have the experience, we had the campgrounds, we had experience in crowd control, we had experience with staff, we had 50 or so people that we'd hire every summer. So I thought if anyone was going to do this thing, if anyone was going to come out of the woodwork and try to do it somewhere, why not it be us right across the street?
Okay, now, so in comparison, size-wise, Blame My Roots as compared to Jamboree in the Hills, size-wise, obviously this is a massive undertaking. How do you compare the two as far as, I guess, just the overall size of the everything, the crowd, the area, the bands, everything?
Yeah, I memean, we're not the size of Jamboree. We're smaller than Jamboree. And what we decided to do in 2019 or after 2019 is we decided to do something different than Jamboree. In 2019, we got our butts kicked. No one came out. We had 2,000 people there, but we were hoping for 5. So, that act of, hey, getting Trace Atkins, getting acts they're getting more popular now. I mean, we had Gabby Barrett open up the show on Saturday. She was up for Female Entertainer of the Year this year. Whiskey Myers is our 6 o'clock act on Friday. They're all over the place now. We had great talent, but people just didn't show up. So we changed things and said, you know what, if everything's going to die over at Jamboree, then let's try to do something completely different. And that's what we've done. So we're smaller, but we are also much, much different. We have a whole VIP section that creates bottle service, and it has these cabana suites and all this sort of thing that we do. We do a catwalk that brings the acts out into the stage or out into the audience. So we do stuff that's a lot different than Jamboree. It's a much different show. It's quite honestly, it's just more modern. It's a more modern country show. So yeah, we're smaller, but also I think it's a more genuine, more authentic, more intimate show that you're seeing kind of all over the place now. What
did you went back to when nobody showed up? What did you attribute that to?
I don't know.
Okay.
What do we attribute to? I think a lot of people aren't going to support anything that's not Jamboree. I think a lot of people thought, I think a lot of people just weren't going to support it if it wasn't Jamboree.
I got you. But you're growing again. Once again, you're every year now. We're hopefully getting better numbers.
Yeah,
correct?
I mean 2019. So 2019 was BYOB, just like Jamboree. We had a little under 2,000 people in there. We decided that, okay, in order to play this game, the way that these things work now, with all the ancillary income that's important to have a live country music show, we've got to start selling alcohol. So, and then we, bring in a bigger act like we did and sell the alcohol in order to support it. So we were 4 times the size we were in our second year, which was last year. Obviously nothing happened in 2020. So we were 4 times the size we were last year than we were in 2019. And that, I think country music, people chase headliners, and that's what we did with Miranda Lambert. We sold the beer. We had beer at $5. If you bought anything more than a single, it went down to like $4, I think, went through bulk.
That's great.
So we did, we had to transition. In order to make money in this business, you got to have to sort of play the game now, and that's what we're trying to do in order to keep live country music on a big stage, on a big scale, grand scale like that. In the Ohio Valley, we've got to sort of play the game.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, to kind of go with the acts that you were talking about, I saw that Dierks Bentley, Chase Rice, Randy Houser, I saw those guys are coming. I'm a huge country music fan, so I've always kind of been interested. How do you kind of go about getting those acts to come to a thing like Blame My Roots?
Yeah, well, we're a smaller festival. Really, more importantly though, we're an independent festival. So we're not Live Nation. We're not AG. So we have to, as an independent, we have a long road to hoe to try to get our booking down. So we start from the top, and really for our size, there was only a few people available. There was a few other folks available that I didn't want to follow up Miranda Lambert with, that we were getting pushed to book. And I was like, I'm not following up Miranda Lambert with that act. I think we got to do better than that. So, or the same size. So anyway, we're fortunate enough to book Dierks. We had a short list of other acts that we knew that were available, that we wanted to support him as well. But there's a lot of decisions that get made into it. I mean, we booked for a year and a half. So we started even, this year, for next year, we started in February, and just put in you put in the offers and you see what gets kicked around, and you get stuff back and it doesn't work and all this sort of stuff. So it's, the way that I've attributed to, a lot of people think it's like taking a going grocery shopping, take a grocery cart down the cereal aisle and just picking whatever you want off the shelf. It's quite the opposite, actually. You're trying to attract them as much as possible, because there's so much demand for these artists. It's ridiculous how many offers go in for these folks. So you're actually the cereal box on the shelf. You're hoping that they pick you, and that's exactly how it works for an independent act.
Absolutely,
an independent festival like us.
And Chris, there's a lot of numbers and stuff that goes behind all of this. Where do you guys see yourself in 3 to 5 years from now? Do you want to kind of partner with someone? And you said you're your own thing right now. Is that where you see it being for the next 5, 10, 15 years, or would you like a huge name to step in and be like, hey, we want you to be under us as one of our events going on in the summer?
I mean, that's a good question. I don't know where that's going to be. I know that this can happen if we can do this as our small family business. We can do that as long as we're able to build a crowd. We can do it. We can make it happen. We don't have to partner with somebody. I think when you partner with stuff, you start getting more maybe more opinions in there. But there's not too many smaller folks that'd be interested in us. It'd be getting bought out by someone bigger. At least that's the being in this 4 years, I think that's what I've kind of seen.
Absolutely.
So that's not really our plan. I mean, my plan is to be around, and I'm 39 years old. My plan is to do this and get it to a spot where I don't have to spend 16 hours a day working on it year round. And thinking about it year round, that's my plan, to get to a point where I don't do that anymore. It just sort of runs a little bit better on its own.
Yeah, and
But,
you said it's a small family business, and this is like, I mean, size wise, you said it's not a huge event, but I mean, this is a pretty sizable event. What kind of planning, like if you guys are, you said a small family business, what kind of planning and how long does it take to do this sort of thing?
It's year round. I mean, we book a year and a half out, but it's year round. I mean, we're still building it. It's still, if you've ever, building a business takes every day, as long as you get up to a certain point. And I'm just inflicted unfortunately with the fact that I never stopped thinking about how I can make something better. Regardless if I've made it better, right? I don't know if I've done if I've made it better, but I just keep thinking about like, okay, that didn't work. We can try to improve on it. Unfortunately, in this business, with having one festival that happens once a year, you don't do something that you hope that you would do once, and you got to think about it for 360 days until you have the opportunity to do it again. So we're just still in building mode. And I think we're going to do that until we have a couple of these under our belt. I mean, if you think about it with Jamboree, they did it 38 times,
Yeah.
38 years, I think, is how long they were on. No, wait, 40 was it? Was it 40? Maybe it was 40. But whatever it was, they did it 40 times. They didn't do it for 40 straight years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's 40 events. And honestly, it takes, there'll still be stuff that will come out of this year saying, shoot, we need to do that better. And, but it takes a lot of planning. All the sponsorship stuff that goes into it, all the marketing, we do that year round. The building of these cabanas, I mean, it is massive what these things are.
Yes.
It's a massive undertaking to design all these things out, create the bottle service, get the servers, the staffing. We'll hire 180 people. Okay. It's a massive undertaking.
Chris, on a personal note, just what you say you live in Columbus, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you grow up in the High Valley? Did you, obviously, if you owned the?
Oh yeah. No, my family. I grew up in Flushing.
So you went
Union local grad.
Oh, Union local.
And,
you're a Jet.
Yeah, I'm a Jet. Right down the road from there. I grew up in Flushing. My family's still there. We have a farm out there. We have a restaurant in Morristown. I come back here every week to help market and do sales for the farm. And for the restaurant, and then obviously most of my time is spent on this festival.
Oh, okay. And you have family. Your family then lives now in Columbus, correct?
My wife and my 2 kids live in Columbus.
Oh, okay.
My mom and dad live in Flushing. My sister, who's a co-owner, she lives in Pittsburgh. But we have my brother is local to St. Clair, so he's a commissioner of Belmont County. So yeah, we're still very much in that area. Every week.
Well, it sounds like you're on the move, so this gas price probably isn't helping you much, is it?
It's not very fun, is it?
No, it's terrible for everybody.
I hate when you get to $100 and that thing clicks, and you're like, well, you got to go back inside.
It's unbelievable.
Chris,
I just walk away. I'm just all right, done. That's $100. That's fine. Whatever it is, I'm just getting in my truck and I'm leaving. And that's 3/4 of a tank. So yeah, it's
awful.
Not fun right now.
Is it safe to say that when Dirks gets up on that stage, is his pre-meal before he starts singing? Is it going to be DeCarlos? Can we make that happen somehow?
You know what? I think we can try to do that. We have DeCarlos out there for our Republic Service food truck rally. We do a food truck rally with our food trucks.
Awesome.
I think we can ship some DeCarlos pizza down there. We can also. Last year I fed. So we have a Wagyu beef farm in Flushing, and I fed them Wagyu beef. I fed Neil McCoy Wagyu.
There we go.
So yeah, we do some fun stuff like that. I tell you something that's fun is I was sitting last year with Miranda Lambert's head of security. He was a ex-CIA guy that came in at 8 a.m. She got there at 8 p.m. He came at 8 a.m, scoped out the whole place. I'm sitting with him. And he said, hey, I'm friends with Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley said he said, I'm friends with Brad Paisley. I was here 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And I had DeCarlo's Pizza, and he's a Brooklyn guy. And he's like, Brooklyn Pizza is the best in the world. But I tell you what, DeCarlo's is something.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, so Chris, what do you do with any free time you have? Are you a college football fan? Who are your teams that you cheer for when you have some time? We need to know that.
I became a Buckeyes fan. I moved to Columbus 10 years ago.
Okay.
11 years ago. I became a Buckeyes fan. Going up to a Pirates game on Saturday. Follow the Steelers. I think we're going to be in a window here with the Steelers that it's going to be sort of a little slump here, but no, I follow that. But I tell you what, man, it's I got 2 young kids. I got a 4 and a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old. That takes up most of my time.
Well, we have a venue up here in Wheeling, up above Wheeling in Clearview that we're out here every weekend watching college football and pro football, and you have a standing invite to come up and have a couple coldies with us, and we'll chat and get your mind off of business for a little bit.
I appreciate that. What's the fandom here on the line? You guys mostly WVU?
Yeah.
What is it, Pitt?
Let's go Mountaineers.
And Chris, I'll be honest with you. In our venue, it's whoever you're betting on that day. That is your favorite team.
I hear you.
Yeah, because we throw a few shackles around. But anyway, back to the festival. Tell us how we can people can get people that might be tuning in. We're have a growing audience. Tell the people how they can get tickets. And I saw some in the VIP information that was in the paper. Your Brandy's doing a great job of getting it out, but we want to help. Promote you also. So how will people go about getting the tickets and so on?
Yeah, you get to the tickets by going to blamefest.com. Blamefest.com.
Okay.
You can get there also through our social media channels. We do a lot on Instagram, a lot on Facebook. We do a lot of promotions and marketing through there. You can get all of those additional experiences. We have a shuttle. We have rafts. You can get it. We have a beach. I'm bringing in 25 tons of sand for doing a beach in the front of the stage on stage right. So we're stage left. I get those confused. So we're excited about some of the things. But yeah, blamefest.com. That's where you can get your tickets, your concert tickets, your camping, all that sort of stuff, the additional experiences, your merch, all those things at blamefest.com. You can get there through Instagram or Facebook.
Well, I'm sure that everyone in the High Valley appreciates you, especially the businesses, continuing this effort to promote the High Valley and bring another great entertainment package to the Valley. So on behalf of our guys, we want to thank you for continuing to keep this alive. We will definitely be there. Hopefully we can do a podcast from over there, but we will be in attendance also. And we want to wish you the best of luck and continued success. And I hope ticket sales take off here. Hopefully, as Brandy said, usually closer to the event is when you see the push for tickets, and then walk-ups. Hopefully you're seeing a major line and waiting for tickets.
Yeah, we're seeing it now. 30 days out usually happens. 2 weeks out, it gets crazier. That stuff's all coming. I look forward to seeing you guys out there too, and just appreciate the time today. This is great.
What's your goal on tickets, Chris? If you do have one, what would you love to see?
My goal is to sell every single ticket we can possibly imagine. Any country music fan within a 50-mile radius. Not just a fan of Dierks Bentley or Ashley McBryde or Chase Rice, but every country music fan. I'm building this thing so this is I'm building this festival so that it is an experience that is not like any other country music festival you can attend.
And that's really special.
Every live country music fan to go.
That's awesome. And the $5 beer caught me too. So I'll definitely.
$5 beer is a starting price. We're going to have Busch Light out there this year.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Last year because so many accounts. Busch Light was a struggle last June, so we couldn't secure it. So we got Busch Light this year. No one even knows that. You're the first people to hear that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. Hey.
Breaking news.
$5. You can buy a case of beer. You can bring in an empty cooler. You can fill it. We have, really, it is. Funnel Fest is happening at Valley View, inside the campgrounds at noon on Friday, slip and slide on Saturday. We got some fun stuff out there.
And tons of food, right? Tons of people can come hungry, right?
A food truck rally. I do that because I want to have really good food. I'm Italian. I grew up with really good food, good cooks in my family. I want good food. I don't just want fried elephant ears while I'm out there.
Yes.
People can eat really well while they're out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tons of restroom facilities, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can't remember the count of them, but I can walk you around to show you all of them if you want while you're out there. But a lot of, I don't know the exact number, but I think you'll be covered.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well, Chris, as long as that Busch Light just keeps stocking up, I think people are going to have a good time.
I think you just rent that Busch Light. We end up hauling it out of there in Porter John. So yeah, it's a rented situation, that Busch Light. But yeah, no, we'll have it. We'll have everything. We'll have everything there for everybody. I mean, they'll be fine.
Well, that's awesome, Chris.
Yeah.
And we'll be in touch with you and Brandy, and hopefully we can come over and maybe do a podcast and get you on live with us, and keep promoting you guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Chris, for joining us here. Thanks for calling in. It means a lot. I know you're busy, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on. Props to you and your family and whoever's been working on you with this, because it sounds like you're doing a lot of like innovative stuff, a lot of new stuff. So, we wish you the best, and we hope everything goes well. We know it will, and we'll probably see you there. So, thanks for calling in.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
Chris, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
See you, Chris.
Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Blame My Roots co-founder Chris Dutton. You can go watch the Blame My Roots Festival. That's July 14th to the 16th. That's 2022, this year, not next year or last year, at Valley View Campgrounds in Belmont, Ohio. Get your tickets online. You can go through their social media, like Chris said. You can go through the social media, get all their stuff there. It sounds like he's doing a lot of hard work, so go give him some love, and they deserve it. So, yeah, go give them some love, and maybe we'll see you there at the festival.
Dirks will be there singing What Was I Thinking? I just talked to him. I just got off the phone with him.
Big,
good to go.
And a good combo.
If we're set up for a podcast, come over and see us. We got some koozies. We got some bottle openers. We got some other takeaways that pens. Come over and see us at Pine Room Podcast and tell them to tune into the podcast, Job.
Yeah.
How can they do that?
You can find us anywhere on social media. You can find us at the Pine Room Podcast, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have a website in the works that may be done by the end of the week, depending on, we're going on vacation, but we're going to have a website up in the works. We had to do we had a little technical difficulty, but that's on the way. You'll be able to buy all tons of shit with that. And then, we can follow us. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere you find a podcast. But we're at the Pine Room Podcast, and you can keep updated. But we will see you here next time in the Pine Room. Onward and upward.